Namaskar. I am Arpita Vyas, Manager, Women Entrepreneurship and Development Cell of Swarnim Startup and Innovation University. Swarnim Startup and Innovation University is India's first startup university offering innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship programs through conventional education and technical wisdom. The university aims to nurture budding entrepreneurs who can compete globally. Efforts, the university has been ranked among the top 5 private universities of Gujarat and top 50 private universities of India under Atal Ranking of Institutions on Innovations Achievement 2020 and the ranking announced by Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Significant role. They create more employment and improve cell at Swarnim Startup and Innovation University. Focus on building gender-sensitive campus, working towards women rights, women empowerment, sanitation, hygiene, health in rural areas, and also enhance skill that women entrepreneurs need for their own handholding. Today, we are joined here to discuss the government schemes and funding support for youth, focusing on various schemes and yojnas. To grace the session with her knowledge of the subject, we would invite Ms. Lipi Khandar, founder, Know Your Rights Foundation. She is a successful entrepreneur, is a wellness and export business. Her foundation works on various platforms along with volunteering and philanthropy. KYRF has undertaken various upliftment projects and played an active role as medical assistants in Kerala food relief work. Welcome, ma'am, from entire Swarnim Startup and Innovation University. Before we go ahead, I would like to invite our MD Global and Women Entrepreneurship Cell, Mrs. Nikita Jain, to share her views on the session. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Very good afternoon to all. I am Nikita Adi Jain and MD Global and Women Entrepreneur and Development Cell Head. So I warm welcome you all here for this fantastic session. And I just want to brief something about these government schemes. Like from many of the years, government is trying to bring changes in the lives of everyone. They stated that the government is implementing all these schemes irrespective of areas, caste, religion, and parties. The motive of Swarnim University is to clarify number of government schemes which can be useful for one. Simply we are bridging the gap between and helping to understand more about scheme we can easily avail. So I just want to all the participants to listen it very carefully. It's somehow relatable and essential and important for everyone to have and adopt any schemes and having a knowledge of those. So now breaking the flow, I just request our guest speaker from her knowledge, Mrs. Lippy ma'am, to start the interesting session. Thank you everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We again want to welcome Libby, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Arpita. Thank you, Nikita.
Yes. Libby, ma'am, my first question for you is, which are important schemes for youth and young entrepreneurs?
So basically, to all the students, there are a lot of different governments, yojnas, and schemes and subsidies that comes. They introduce the new yojnas every now and then, every month, probably every year. There are a lot of new yojna which has been introduced. So first thing is that youth needs to be get updated on these kind of information on their own. You know, the way they are updated about fashion, about Bollywood, about different things in their life, they should get updated about different government yojnas also by social media, and there are a lot of information available on social media about it. So I would really like to request youth from this platform that today I will share the yojnas which are available from government, specially designed for the financial support to youth. But tomorrow, and after few months or this year, lot of new yojnas and new campaigns will come. So please get yourself updated through social media, different portals, different government portals, different app. If you are updated about this government yojana information, it will be really useful. No matter what age, gender, what caste, religion you are, these all yojanas are for every citizen in India. So please be updated about these information on your own from social media. Now, if we talk today that what are the yojanas and government schemes available, especially for youth, those are Startup India, Stand Up India, Skill India, Mudra loan available. Then there is a beautiful concept our Honorable Prime Minister gave us in 2020, which is Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is a good concept of self-reliant thing, as well as it's a good campaign because government has given 20,000 crores into this campaign, and there are a lot of yojanas for MSMEs and startups for youth, so that they can start manufacturing, they can start their own business. So those are to support this concept, there are a lot of different yojanas we have.
Right. So, rightly you mentioned from where we can get the information about the different government schemes.
Yeah, so there are different portals available, different website available for different yojanas. But if you just want to have and go check on one portal, there is a Government of India portal. There is a Gov India. There is a app also they have. Then there is one more mobile app called Umang app. So students can download that the app and have all the information from government yojnas and names. If they are updated, if they are reading newspapers or on e-newspapers, if they are reading few blogs and websites related to government yojana, my Know Your Rights Foundation website and my social media page have all the updated yojana, whatever is introduced by our state and the central government. It has all the information, very updated information. So if they just have the name, because government very beautifully market their yojanas these days, it reaches to people very quickly whenever they launch new yojana, from the news, from social media, here and there, everywhere the information is available. You just have to be self motivated to go through and read a bit about it and see that whether it is applies to you and take the advantage or not. If you feel that it is not for you but for some elderly person or some underprivileged class of society or specially designed for women, then as a student, as a responsible citizen, it is your duty to go to such citizen and give them and pass on this information to them.
So true, so true. You are right. So, what is Make in India initiative and what are your views on it?
Yeah, so if we talk about two very good concept, the first which is launched in 2014 by our honorable and very visionary Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, Make in India he introduced in 2014 with the concept. The main objective was introducing, after introducing Make in India, was job creation and skill development in our country. So if we want to boost our economy, if we want increase and very good number in as our GDP, then we definitely need to focus as a country for skill development and job creation. And for that, make in India concept arrive that we need to start manufacturing things, we need to start facilitating certain policies for foreign fund attraction also. So government has made a lot of relaxation in terms of policies and law for to attract the foreign investment in our country. There are a lot of license and everything, all the application are very easy and everything is online available. It saves a lot of time of corporates. So make in India concept is basically to attract more investment and manufacturing and productivity in our country, so that we can achieve job creations and employment for the youth of this country. As we all know that 65%, more than 65% population we have is youth, which is world's largest youth population we have in India. So creating job and creating employment for them is a very important task and very important focus for government these days. So after making India, the recent concept we all have received in 2020 was Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now, what is Atmanirbhar Bharat? Government has given the concept, government has given the campaign, government is investing lot of money after that campaign in terms of Yojana. Now, this concept is what? That we have to be self-reliant country. Now, how we can be a self-reliant country? That every citizen, especially the youth one who are completing their studies and graduation and getting into having a sustainable livelihood for their life. So for them it is very necessary to understand this concept. It is not all the time we talk that government should provide the job opportunities, but as a youth now we have so much opportunity that youth can go and develop their own business, their own manufacturing, and they can create job opportunities. We should not limit as a student or a youth, we should not limit our mental focus on just getting the job. We can also explore the self employment, we can also explore the business and entrepreneur side, we can also explore the manufacturing and productivity side, and there are a lot of support from government which is available today. So rather than just keeping yourself in one box that finish the graduation and let's get the job, you can explore a lot of horizons. Whatever kind of skill and situation you have, you can explore a lot of opportunities. If we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat concept, when corona and this pandemic situation arrived, we all realized that how much our country was dependent on raw material to other countries for manufacturing. So our prime minister gave this concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat, that now let's start making and manufacturing and producing the raw material, the most basic raw materials also in our country, so that the whole supply chain concept, supply chain as in we manufacture, we pack it, we give it to distributors, and then we sell it to the population. So the whole supply chain, we need to make it more stronger by this concept of Atmanirbhar. So we need to start producing the raw materials also. And we need to get into the core of manufacturing and productivity. So that is called Atmanirbhar, that we will produce and we will not just sell in our country. The export policies are so friendly and so benefiting that we will sell in whole to the whole world, not just limiting to the domestic Indian market. So if every individuals not just start making money out of trading business, but now we should go and think of the most core part of the business and most core part of the economy, which is manufacturing and making something in India on our own. So there are a lot of different policies and different yojnas. I will come on to it, that how you can take the benefit. But just as a youth, as a student, do not limit yourself just to get the job, finish the work 9 to 5 and go home and take the salary. There are multiple opportunities we have within our country, within the domestic market we have, and the whole world we can cater as Atmanirbhar Bharat. So this is the concept our Prime Minister and our government gave us. Now it is up to us, because every citizen has to be Atmanirbhar, not only the government and the campaign. So now it is up to us that how we as individual, as entrepreneur, take the advantage and do not limit ourselves कि मेरे पास फंड नहीं है, मेरे पास फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट नहीं है, my parents are not rich, I do not know how to apply on government schemes, I do not have all the paper, I don't know how to apply, because everything is very simplified these days. So students need not worry about very complicated system, because now after 2014 our country has very smooth and very simple systems in all the government departments. Everything is available online, the papers and document required are very simple, the kind of loans and yojana we will talk further do not require any guarantee. So when we step out of the college or university, we do not have any such properties or any such fund with us so that we can give guarantee to take the loan from the bank. But these kind of financial support, what our government is giving today, do not require any kind of guarantees or any kind of you do not need to own any property or any financial thing to get that loan. So that's the biggest change this system and government has got us, that anyone can start their own business, no matter which gender, which age group, which religion, which state you are into. Every Indian citizen can take the benefit of these yojana and start their own business or any entrepreneurial idea.
Right, right. So the point is, we can, by the help of the government, we can start our own business and create job opportunities for others and employment opportunities for others also.
Yes.
Right? So, means rightly, yes, yes. What are the features and objectives of Skill India, according to you?
So when we talk about all this Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we want to become entrepreneur, or we want to get the job, anything, any kind of sustaining the livelihood thing requires some set of skill. Now a lot of time, because you are from university, and lot of time students, that is why I really like and admire the concept of this Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, because usually when a student get out of the university and college with the graduation, they have a degree, they have theoretical knowledge, but they do not know how to work practically in certain office or certain factory or company or in their own business, because they do not have set of skill. For example, if somebody has degree of Bachelor of Commerce, they know how to do accounts and statistics and everything, but they do not know how to operate Tally. Now every every employer, or even if you are starting your own business, you need to know these kind of practical software handling and these kind of management skills. There are a lot of different skill which is required for different field. So government understand that if we want to increase and we want to boost our energy, we need to focus on skills. So skill is like Kaushal Bharat, Kushal Bharat. So Skill India objective and the whole punchline is that Kaushal Bharat, Kushal Bharat. Skill India Yojana has been introduced on 15 July on 2015 on the World Youth Skill Day. So the main motto was to improve and make the youth learn different skill. Now how our youth can learn these kind of skill? So there is a NSDC organization. This NSDC organization is, you can go on that website, National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC. You can go on that website. There is a helpline number also, which I am reading right now, which is 8800 55555. 8800 55555. This is the helpline number 8800 which is NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. Any youth, any student can go to this portal, or they can call the helpline number, and you can register yourself there. So when you register, there are a lot of different set of skills available on e-skill government portal. You can learn something from your home. You can develop any skill which is there. There are multiple different field skill available on that portal. You can register yourself. You can take any course online. You will also get the certificate for that course. Or if you want to develop any skill physically, then you should go and find the nearest skill development center. There are government skill development center in every city and every part of India. So student can find the nearest skill development center, go there, register yourself, find different option, whichever skill you are interested, you can register yourself. And very nominal things, so you do not need to actually pay. It's a skill development program, or probably a very nominal fees for certain skills, and it happens online also, offline also, and you will get the certificate also of that, which is very much valid in all the corporate companies and everywhere. Even it is valid overseas. So if you want to develop certain skill which is useful to make money overseas, if you are shifting or somewhere in other country, though these skill certificate are valid there also. So these are the various ways you can go register, learn something, get the certificate, and apply that in your job field, or your own business, or any entrepreneur idea.
Yes, this is really very useful actually for skill development
I would like.
for anyone, for youth, for
Yes, yes. Anyone, like if you are a housewife and you want to learn some skill, you can go and you can learn online also,
exactly.
and you will get the certificate. So for anyone, this skill development thing is available. One more thing is for teachers or somebody who knows certain skill and they want to register themselves as a trainer in this skill development program. Then also there is a
Right.
portal called Takshashila
Mhm.
portal. So on that portal, you can go and register yourself
Okay.
as a trainer or as an accessor educator, and you can earn good amount of money, and at the same time you give and share your skill to the students. So that is one more portal for the people who actually wants to go and share and make other people learn their skills.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. So there are two more schemes, Stand Up India and Startup India.
Yeah.
So we want to know what is the difference between Stand Up India and Startup.
So basically, both are the support, financial support to the people whosoever wants to get into their own entrepreneurial project, or on their own, they want to develop their own business. Basically, these both yojnas are for them, Stand Up India, Startup India. The main difference between these two yojna is Stand Up India is for SC, ST, and women entrepreneurs. So, this particular category, the Stand Up India, is designed to encourage the employment and the entrepreneurship of SC, ST class, the underprivileged class in our society, and the women entrepreneurs. So, if you are in this category, if any partnership firm or company has 51% of partnership of any SC, ST, or women director, then that company is entitled to get loan under Stand Up India Yojana. And the amount of loan which you can actually claim is from 10 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupees, so which is a very handsome amount to start any kind of project. And you need to give them the project details and everything, that what kind of business you want to start. The basic requirement is it has to be greenfield project. Greenfield project means it has to, there should not be any existence of this kind of business or entrepreneur project. It has to be a startup. So this loan is given
Okay.
to the greenfield projects only, and then the benefits are, there are 3 year tax exemption. You need not pay any kind of taxes for 3 years if your company is registered under this yojana, stand up yojana. And there are training facilities also available, because if somebody is starting some project, if it's a startup, then they require mentoring also. So if you are registered under this particular yojana, stand up yojana, then they give you the mentorship programs also through government. They also give this thing, and you need to go on the portal, stand up india portal, and you will get the mentorship or any kind of support to run the startup business, or to know any other details about how to handle the startup business. The whole the repayment of the loan is a 7 year duration, so which is a very long duration and very relaxed duration given from the government, that you need to repay the loans after during the 7 year or at the end of 7 year. The interest rates, it all depends on the which bank you are taking the loan, but the base rate is 3% plus the 10-year premium from whichever bank you are. So it is the total of that which will be the interest, but which is very supportive and very less compared to whatever commercial loans we are getting these days from the private banks. So, and the best part is you do not require any guarantee. You do not have to show any property or any sort of guarantee, any financial guarantee. You do not need that. So, as a student for SC, ST, and women class, it is very useful. Stand up india yojana is very useful, and you should definitely take the loan for any kind of startup project. If you are made, or if you have any idea in your mind, you should definitely take the advantage, because from 10 lakh to 1 crore is a very good amount, and 75% of the total cost of the project will be given through the bank, and the rest you need to spend on your own. So that is the criteria, and the documents you require are very simple ones. There has to be entity like a company or LLP, or there has to be entity, doesn't go to the individual's account. You require identity card like Aadhaar card, PAN card. It has to be a startup project, and project details you need to show that what expenses for the project will be there. So basically a business projection report you need to get ready with. And you, where you need to go and apply for this, you need to contact any bank, any government sectors, and any public sectors or any private sector banks. It is available. So you need to contact the branch manager and take the details from them, that how it works, the percentage and everything in from that bank, and you will easily get it if these are the eligibility you fall into. So this what I have talked was for stand up india. Now, if we talk about Startup India, so Startup India is basically for all the categories. There is no particular class of society which is, given the benefit under this. Startup India is basically, there are a lot of people who has good amount of talent, who has very good ideas for business, but they do not have financial support to start a business. So for them, this is the Yojana, Startup India Yojana. So you can go, there is a portal called startupindia.gov.in. You can go on that portal and read everything about it in detail. It is also very similar. The eligibility criteria are very similar to Stand Up India, that you do not need any guarantees. You need to go to the public sector or private sector bank, and you need to apply for that. There is a government department also which you require that approval from there, because under the Startup India Yojana, your product or service has to be a little innovative. It can't be a usual general kind of a business. A little innovative product or services, they consider it to take it in the Startup India, just to prevent, so that any kind of business doesn't come into it and take the advantage and get the tax benefits, and the real needed ones or the student ones or the youth ones do not get the benefits. So that is why they look for a little innovative product or service ideas and the project, and then they definitely give this kind of loan approvals. Then there is a so in the startup India, one very good thing because whenever we plan some business or any project, we have to do make the company and do the documentation and everything. So while that, if you have developed any product which you go under through the patent or a trademark, so there is a very good around 80% exemption from that trademark and patent fees also under the startup India. So you save your money there also, which is a huge fees usually. So that is also another feature apart from the loan. The loan duration and everything is around 5 to 7 years. You need to repay the loan after 5 to 7 years. There is no inspection from government authorities, and there is no income tax payment for 3 years of duration, which is the best feature of this Startup India and Stand Up India Yojana, that you do not have to pay any income tax for 3 years, which is a very good relief for the startup projects. Another thing, which is if you are already are into these kind of startup or stand up, or you are planning to get into it, after getting into it, there is a very good facility given from the government to sell your product, which is on a GEM portal, government e-marketplace, which is a GEM portal. So there are public procurement policy
Right.
government has given, that there are if government PSUs or government organization wants to procure any product, then they need to procure that product from GEM portal. So you as a entrepreneur, you can put your product on that GEM portal. And if you are your company is registered under Startup India and Stand Up India, then there are lot of relief that you do not have to go through the procedure of certain experience and certain tender making or certain year old company. You can directly go and sell your product on these portal, which is compulsory. These PSUs have to buy those products from this particular portal. So there is a GEM portal where you can go and put your product as a marketplace. Then
Right. This is
uh,
really
so these
useful
are
actually for.
sorry.
Yes, it is a very useful portal for new startups, basically.
Yes, it is. It is. And one more yojana which I would like to talk about, which is a Mudra Yojana. So Mudra Yojana, any age, any youth, any women entrepreneur or anyone can go and apply. Even a teenager can go and apply for the loan. So that's Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, which has from 50,000 to 5 lakh. That's the category of amount you will get under this Yojana. There are three categories. One is a Shishu loan, one is a Kishore loan, and one is a Tarun loan. So it depends on what amount of rupees you require for your project. So it has been divided into three categories. You can go to any public sector or private sector bank and apply for Mudra loan. The eligibility and the criterias are uh, the loan amount is from 50,000 to 5 lakh rupees, and you need to the repayment of the loan should happen within 5 years. So that is a good duration to give a boost for the startup project. And the documents required are also very simple ones: the Aadhaar card, PAN card, your age proof, your income proof, that whether you are earning from anywhere else or any other project. And you need to have government in any government bank, you need to have your saving account. These are the criterias, which is very simple one. Anyone can go and talk to the bank, and without any guarantee, you will get a good amount of loan to start the business. So here for the Mudra loan, anyone, any Indian citizen is eligible.
So this is really very nice actually scheme. And as you said, 50,000 to 5 lakh तक हम इसमें apply कर सकते हैं, right?
5 lakh under Mudra Yojana,
Okay.
and for the stand up 10 lakh to 1 crore, depend on the project. And 75% cost of the project, you will definitely get the loan if the project is approved.
Right. So, how is your foundation working towards this Yojana's awareness?
So basically, government. I'll tell you my journey towards the foundation concept. Basically, I started Know Your Rights Foundation in 2018, but before that, for about 5 years, I
Okay.
have visited 1,000 villages across India in different region, different state. I've visited.
Great.
I was finding that which concept or which kind of campaign from my foundation can actually make difference to every citizen of India. Then I realized as a foundation, as our mission and vision, we do not believe in direct charities. We believe that every person should, self reliant, like Atmanirbhar concept, that they should actually fulfill their basic life and livelihood requirement on their own. So then I realized that there are a lot of government yojanas and schemes and subsidies available for every category, like women category, children, farmers, youth, every category, every citizen. There are a lot of public policies and public yojanas given from the government. Especially Modi Sarkar is very active on making very useful kind of yojanas. So I realized that there are a lot of benefit, but people are not that
Mhm.
aware about. And people somewhere I have seen that they are scared of that, going to the government departments or banks, and they are little scared of that paperwork and everything is complicated, there must be a huge requirement. But no, it is not like that. It is very simple. Since 2014 it is definitely very simple. It is, everything is, all information available online, everything, all the paperwork can happen online.
Mhm.
And you, if you give the very basic set of document, you will definitely get the benefit of that yojana. If youth wants to apply for the loan, trust me, it is very very easy procedures. So please do not feel scared, or do not feel hesitated that it is complicated and I will not get, or my project will not
Mhm.
get approved. No, it is very easy, and just go for it. Be self motivated, gather the document, make the project, and just go and appear in the bank and start working on it. And then I realized that let's take up this
Right.
policy and government yojana concept from my foundation. So in our foundation, we are designing one app called Yojana. We are soon launching it. The details about that launch of that
Okay.
app will be there on my social media, on Lipi Khandar official, on my page on Facebook, Insta. So this app will have all the
Mhm.
central and state government yojana in detail, in a very practically shortened format, so that people can go through it, that what are the criterias, what documents they require, where they have to go and apply. So that kind of app we are launching for our state for now. And we also have so we have designed one sarpanch training program. So we believe that if the leader is well trained
Okay.
and well informed and well aware about different yojanas and schemes, then that leader in rural parts especially, he can definitely spread the awareness about different benefits given from the government. So we run sarpanch training programs in rural part, that about the government yojana and scheme information. So that is how, and through the social media, because to reach to the youth in India, I think the best way and the best medium is social media, because our youth spend huge time on social media. But they can also make a lot of productive time on social media by reading these kind of information, keeping their interest in knowing more about government yojanas and schemes, because it is not just for the rural part and underprivileged part, it is for every part and every citizen. So I would really like to request the youth that please spend your social media time, at least read 5 to 10 minutes daily on something related to yojana or benefit government giving to all the citizens in India. At least spend that much time daily, rather than just the social media routine activities.
Right. आपकी बात एक्चुअली इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है और get benefit. Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear properly. Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Oh, actually.
Lippy ma'am, I guess there's something a network issue with Arpita ma'am.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
No worries. If we can take any questions, if students wants to ask any questions, and if we want to, reply those questions, so would be really useful for them. And I would definitely like to request that there are a lot of benefit from the government. Try to make the most out of it. It is very simple. The procedure to apply and take the benefits out of these yojanas are very simple procedure. So just go and apply for these kind of benefit. Do not feel hesitated, and it is all very very simple procedures. Just have the entrepreneur side of yours, and do not limit yourself just because you do not have financial support. The government is there to give any kind of financial support for a good project. So just make the most out of it, these kind of benefit. And then at the end of the day, government can give you the yojana, they can give you the fund, they can facilitate these things, but you need to have that clarity, and you need to be self motivated entrepreneur and go and take the advantage out of it and make your startup, or start your business and make your fortune. So it is absolutely up to you as a student. It is your responsibility to take the benefit out of these superb benefits our government is giving us.
And ma'am, there is anything
Absolutely, absolutely.
specifically.
Basically, मुझे लगता है कि passion
I think there is again an issue. I
There
will
is
just
some.
continue with the question. Is any specifically rather from Stand Up India? There's a scheme for women entrepreneurs or for the rural sector, especially we have something in with the government.
So there are like more than 300 yojanas from government actually. It depends that which particular category requires the benefit. But yes, for rural women, there is a Sakhi Mandad uh, concept which is very beautiful, where government gives good support, financial support to the group of women in rural, whosoever wants to start some food related small project or something related to clothes or any small kind of setup. There is a Sakhi Mandal support and group, where the group of women start some company kind of entity, and government gives them a financial support and they can do. And for the urban women, the Mudra Yojana is for urban women. The Stand Up India thing is specially designed to encourage the women entrepreneurs. So these are the yojanas specially designed for women.
Okay, ma'am. And if any institute want to do to support the rural, so then can an institute can support and for on behalf of those rural people we can help it like through for this like we have a cell here. So if we want rural people have a group of ladies to have a business, so shall we do in site or they have particularly have to do for that?
So it depends that what kind of entrepreneur project or business those group of women wants to get into. But the best way to help in rural or anywhere to support any entrepreneurial project is to skill them. So a lot of time people wants to start something, government gives financial funding, but they do not know how to do it. So you can whichever as a university or as an entity or as a student, you can form the group of students who can go in rural and teach them or skill them with some kind of things which through which they can make some money or run their business. So that can definitely happen. So through our NGO and through Young Indian Organization, we do a lot of such project for different categories like farmers, women, kids. So there are a lot of different focus group projects can definitely happen, and a university and student have that power to contribute. So I think contributing back to society and to the country is the greatest thing anyone can do. So definitely that can be designed for different categories in rural.
Absolutely, ma'am. This is fine. And I think there is Arpita, ma'am.
Arpita, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes, now
any questions from student or
I
from
think there is.
if you would like to discuss, then we can.
और कोई स्कीम जो लेफ्ट है जो आप बताना चाहोगे, कोई
So I think
इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड टू स्पेशली रिलेटेड टू वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर?
yeah. So especially related to financial support to the youth and the startup, whosoever wants to build their own business or their own startup. I think all these yojnas, Mudra Yojana, Stand Up India Yojana, Startup India, Make in India. These are the yojnas which government gives us, and for the financial support to run and start any business. And it covers almost all the categories, as in any citizen is eligible to make the most out of it. You can type these yojana on Google, read about it, you can get the details. There are helpline, there are government portals, there are government mobile apps also. So just go read about it, take the information, and start gathering the document and make your own business project, and just go and apply. Do not feel hesitate. Then it is up to you, because government gives benefit, but then it is up to you that how you make the most out of it.
Ma'am, there is one question from Sharma Keshwi. How schemes can help already established startups?
So already established business can get certain growth loans under the Mudra Yojana. So Mudra has three categories: Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun. So that is for already the one which is a startup is like Shishu. Then Kishore, which requires fund for the development, and Tarun, which requires fund for the expansion of the business. So, for the expansion of already existing entity or a company or business, you can definitely go and apply under Mudra Yojana up to 5 lakh rupees. And if you require a bigger fund, then you need to show that what kind of product or innovative service you are getting, and you can go and still apply under Startup India. That you already have the business, but now you are launching new kind of product or services which can get approved as an innovative product under Startup India.
Okay. Right, ma'am. There is one another question. Skill development for founders of startups. So,
Development for
this
yeah.
whom to contact, how to apply, where to.
So for skill development, I have already in this session I have already said the helpline number, which is 88000555. That's a national helpline number for any kind of skill. Then there is a e-skill portal. You can go and inquire for the online skill development, or you can research nearest skill development center. So government has authorized certain centers for the skill development. So you can inquire and search on the Google the nearest skill development center. Go there, see that what kind of options and skill available courses, and you can register yourself for any kind of courses, and you will get the certificate. Apart from government portals and everything, there are a lot of private portals also where you can go and learn about the skills in a very nominal prices these days, especially after pandemic situation. So somebody who really wants to develop some skill, we have a lot of private and government, both the options.
Right. Online platform also. There are so many online platforms. Okay. Thank you so much for informative session, ma'am. I request Vaishvi from Semester 4 Design Department for vote of thanks. Hello, Vaishvi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vaishvi from Semester 4 Design Department. I would like to thank our guest speaker, Ms. Lipi Kandar, for such an informative session. It gave deep insight into the topic and also revealed some interesting facts. I would also like to convey my sincere gratitude towards all the HOD principals and students to join in a huge number. I would like to thank our MD Global and Women Entrepreneurship Cell, Mrs. Nikita Jain, for the guidance, and Ms. Arpita Vyas, Manager WEDC Cell, for the moderation of the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you, Arpita. Thank you, Vaishnavi. And thank you, Nikita, for giving me this incredible opportunity to connect to the youth and the student in this country. And I would really appreciate Swarnim Startup and Innovation University. The kind of concept of this whole university is very innovative, and it is very useful and required at this times, because whenever we want to start something, the kind of innovative and startup and entrepreneurial skills are very much required whenever we want to start any project. So this university is especially focusing on entrepreneurial skills, which is wonderful. So I'm really thankful for this opportunity for connecting me to the students. Thank you so much, Arpita and Nikita, for giving me this opportunity.